Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction and discussion video for the 10th episode of Season 4 of Babylon 5 called Racing Mars. Don't forget that you can see the full reaction for this episode on my Patreon channel. Check out the link in the description below. Last time we saw Delenn have to leave the station and return to Minbar to go through the Dream-In to justify her relationship with John, because no Minbari has ever taken another species as a lover or mate, apparently. G'Kar got a new prosthetic eye from Stephen. Lanier went with Delenn and entered the Dream-In as a watcher in the Whisper Gallery. Delenn shared a memory with Lanier about how she met their great leader and eventual friend Ducot. We saw Delenn join the Grey Council, and as part of the ceremony she made a pledge in front of the Triluminary, which glowed, surprising others on the council. We saw that she was with Ducot when he died in the battle when they first met humans. The battle happened due to a misunderstanding, as the warrior caste approached with gun ports open as a sign of respect and power, but the humans thought they were going to attack, and attacked first. In her rage over his death, Delenn's final vote started the war with the humans. When the dreaming was over, Delenn thought about what had happened. She remembered something and went back into the dreaming to confirm it. Whilst he was dying, Ducot had told Delenn that she was a child of Valen, meaning that Sinclair had children when he became Valen, and she was one of his distant ancestors with human DNA. As her DNA is already not pure Minbari, her relationship with John should not cause concern. She was going to announce this as her defence, but the other Minbari wanted this kept quiet so as not to let everyone know that human DNA is already mixed in with Minbari. He came up with a way to cover up what happened so that Delenn could be with John and the secret could be kept. John sent Marcus and Stephen to Mars to help get support and to create a line of communication, and the Drazi know how to have a party. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1.
Figure out how we're going to get along with all our supply shipments from Earth cut off by the embargo. We've got 2, maybe 3 months of reserves, and we are going to start running out of things.
Surprised it lasts that long.
The black market survives only so long as the money outweighs the risk. Now with imprisonment for anyone caught bringing supplies here.
It's putting too much pressure.
The type of people you'll be dealing with are...
I'm looking forward to it. It'll keep your hands clean, give you deniability, and take some of the weight off your shoulders.
Well, doesn't really take away deniability. He is in charge of the station. Even if his subordinate is doing it, his direct subordinate, they would say that he's giving the orders, or he's negligent for not knowing what she's doing. So it's a lose-lose situation.
As of now, I'm relieving you of command.
What?
On what grounds?
Yeah.
You haven't taken any personal time in over 9 months.
That's a long time.
We still have Earth to deal with, and we can't do that until all of our pieces are in place. So just take a day or 2 for yourself.
Yeah, he needs it. Fair play.
Well, then I assume this enforced vacation is to begin immediately?
The fact that he's not fighting too much means that he knows she's right, and he needs a little bit of time. Like, in a few days, he could just do with a couple of days of nothing just to relax. And to be honest, he's got that stuff for his dad going on in his head as well. I mean, even if he's got the time off to relax, he's not going to be relaxing, but at least he can take the pressure away from the station, off his mind for a little bit.
Saturn, side of the ship, stars.
I Spy.
Something beginning with B.
Boxes.
Right. I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with M.
More boxes. And that's when I shot him, Your Honor.
Something beginning with E.
Even more boxes.
I like you. I respect you.
But not confined spaces.
And I really hate when you do that.
Ooh, there was a spy.
It would appear we have a spy on us.
Who is he? What has he heard? And what's he going to do? I might have to apologise. I have had every video for the last 3-4 weeks. Every video has had technical problems, and it's been pushing me back and back, and it's been making me stressed and fed up with everything. This is about the 6th time I tried to record this video. Microphone didn't work, sound wouldn't work, it wouldn't record, so many problems, and about it all, really fed up. So I apologise if that comes across in the video. I'm trying to perk myself up a bit so I can get into it, but I've got to record this now, but I'm really not feeling it at the moment. And I'm also playing it off the DVD, which I never do. I always rip it locally and play a local copy just to ensure there's no problems like disc skipping or anything, but nothing was working, so DVD seems to be working, touch wood, so far.
The pilot's my brother. He lets me travel around with him. Your friend's fast. Got right up behind me, never even heard him.
Good.
But most everybody calls me Captain Jack.
Why?
Or,
Passing through.
You
see these boxes here?
right.
You stay on your
I
side.
was going to say, in other words, stay over there, don't come near us.
We have our own dinner, thank you.
What the? Rations?
Kind of dry, nasty, kind of mealy things.
Be fine for a few days, but not for weeks.
I go for Insta-heats.
Insta-heats.
That's beef and potato.
1,000 delicacies from 100 worlds.
I don't think they do them anymore. It's not in the UK anyway. But you used to be able to get a can of coffee, and you used to push a button, and it used to create like I think it's an endothermic reaction, if I remember rightly, that heated the coffee in the can. And that's all you did. You just pushed the button, and it did it on there. I don't think you can get them anymore. I don't think they're very popular. I'm not sure they were cheap to produce or to buy. So it looks like it probably was about this sort of time, actually. So yeah, all he did was rip off the top, and it heated it up by the looks of it. But you can, I'm sure you can get things like that. Maybe not heat in quite the same way, but meals that you can heat like that in a pack that are easily transportable.
Pleasures of the body.
Come on, Stephen.
No, we don't want to be rude.
Don't trust him.
No contact, remember?
Yeah. For a reason. You shouldn't trust anyone.
Entertainment channel unavailable due to jamming.
Oh, that's very specific. Oh.
Sports channel unavailable due to jamming.
That's not great for morale. Couldn't they just say sports channel unavailable, or due to technical reasons? Just due to jamming is really ramming it in their faces that there's a problem with Earth and everything.
Adult channel unavailable due to jamming. ISN available.
Ah, interesting. Propaganda available.
He has like a god complex. You can't talk to him anymore. He doesn't listen. He thinks he knows what's best for everybody else. Now, maybe that goes with being a CEO.
A little bit.
Somebody's got to say something.
Oh, he does not look happy. Understandably so.
Michael, you got a minute?
Oh,
I've been
confrontation.
meaning to talk to you about something.
Yeah.
Yes, an interview. Look, Captain, I don't work for you anymore. You know, I thought free speech was one of the things you were supposed to be fighting for.
He's right.
Find out where all this anger is coming from.
And that's fair.
If I did something to upset you,
Look, it'd take too long to explain, and I don't have the time.
Make the time.
I don't know what's gotten into you, but it's not my problem anymore. I've got a job to do.
Not the place to do this. That's way too public. He shouldn't be having this kind of argument in front of everyone. That's going to undermine the cause as well.
I don't want to hear this stuff anymore. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make things difficult for you around here.
Don't threaten me, Sheriff. I'm a private citizen now.
Yeah.
You knew what was at stake with that interview, and you deliberately gave aid and comfort to the enemy in front of 1 billion people.
Oh, a little criticism and the whole universe starts falling.
Yeah, this is bad. Shouldn't be doing this. Not there.
Did you ever hear of a little thing called a cult of personality? How you went to Zahadum and came back alive. Hell, you even came back from the dead. Could we possibly get any more messianic than that?
No, but he did it.
You want to be mad at me? Fine, you be mad at me. But don't hurt everyone else just to get at me.
That was handled badly on both sides. Who are they?
Now what have we got here? Beef stroganoff. Oh.
I mean, it's ridiculous. They're in a small room. He can hear and see everything that's going on anyway, so they might as well bring him over. Just don't talk to him about stuff. But yeah, segregation like that is just a bit pointless there.
Then when we can verify the passphrase, we can...
Lita had a little Vorlon. Her skin was pale as snow.
Guessing that's the passphrase.
Why didn't you just say that in the first place?
I wanted to check you out first.
Yeah, fair play. That's good point.
Do identicards here somewhere. Handle first contacts for the underground, and I can bring in anything I like.
Okay, so we smuggle stuff in.
There's just one thing. We don't usually have people coming through here in pairs.
Makes sense. Easier to sneak through.
A young married couple on holiday to Mars for their honeymoon.
We are about to enter Mars orbit.
I've got a feeling they might better get a divorce.
Well, shall we go down?
You would definitely be the kind to have it up, that kind of relationship.
Evening.
Who are they?
Couldn't help but notice earlier you and he aren't exactly getting on.
No.
I thought you might like to know there are other people who feel the same way you do.
Yeah, I could believe that. But who are
No good
they?
for business. For the president, it's no good for anyone.
For the president. So they've been put up to this by EarthGov, the president, or his people.
Can you sleep at night knowing everything can just slip away because of one man?
Yeah, but it's also happened because of one man.
That you could have done something to stop it.
Is this a setup? Are they doing this to bring out people like this? Is that why it was so public, the argument, so everyone could see?
You wouldn't believe half the stories we've heard about Babylon 5 this last year.
Such a...
Yeah, like what?
The captain's never forgotten about Mars.
No.
We just hadn't had a chance to do anything.
No.
What with the war and all.
What war?
Ah.
You gotta understand, we don't hear a lot about what's going on out there.
Including the whole war.
Doesn't really involve us now.
Wow. And he helps the resistance. And he doesn't know about the war. So what do the normal citizens on Earth know about? They all won't have a clue of anything. Blimey.
Who won? We did.
Ha!
Good for us.
Yeah. Good contribution.
And worst of all, I'm married
That's
to you.
not why you did it.
Tell that to your mother. She never stopped calling us about it. So when's the big day? I've got to pick out patterns.
Like I said, definitely the kind of person who'd have it up.
You're just nervous, that's all.
I'll get a shotgun wedding.
Please advise Commander Ivanova we have the cargo she wanted.
Cargo? What's the cargo? I'm thinking it's a person.
I mean, some of you have tried to smuggle in dust, weapons.
Oh, now they need their help. So she's brought them in, they're smugglers. So when they said, we've got your cargo, it just sounded like a code word for, well, person, I thought, people. So she's brought all the smugglers together, basically to ask them for help. Although I should think there's going to be some kind of financial incentive, I should think.
Used to be we get caught, we spend a couple of days in the brig. But nobody gets killed or stuck in prison for life.
If Earth catches you.
No. Mm-mm.
Too big a risk.
I want you to start transporting useful things.
Food?
Medicines we can't fabricate. Spare parts for...
Medicines can be difficult. Yeah, and spare parts.
We'll provide fighter escorts to protect your ship, starting as far away as 4 jumps from here.
Okay.
For as long as you're operating on our behalf, we will take care of your ships.
That's a big incentive.
We'll upgrade your data systems and supercharge your engines.
Wow.
And sooner or later, your ships will have accidents.
For free.
Pilots don't have accidents.
They will. I'll see to it. The odds of you having such an accident are greatly reduced once you sign on with us.
No pressure.
You're even willing to forget about that business?
Yes, even though it did make Mr. Garibaldi's hair fall out.
Happened to be too.
Look, you'll have more money. Your ships will be in perfect running order. And you'll have an investment in the future.
They can't say no to that, really, can they? Well, although I don't know what their other investments are. What are they doing at the moment? If they're not delivering to Babylon 5, are they doing stuff other places, which they're making more money? But this is a safer job for them. They get the protection of the station, free repairs. They get to go legit if they want to. It's a good way of starting off, becoming a legitimate company or person. So going forward, investment in the future.
Once you've been clear, they'll call in the other big shots of the resistance so as you can talk with them.
So they're on Mars, but underground by the looks of it, and it's got oxygen. So how are they pumping oxygen down there? That's going to be a premium. Oxygen. Air and water are going to be very expensive on Mars.
I don't trust anyone who talks of themselves in the third person.
Cult TV Sofa agrees with you.
Right, here we are. Right up through there. That's far enough.
Oh, who are they? Are they the Resistance or Earth Gov representatives? They look a bit like the guys on Babylon 5, so...
I don't understand. Now, you were told to expect.
Yeah, still got to be careful. Even if you're expecting someone, you're careful and check them out.
I'm a ranger.
You're a long way from Texas, son.
Yeah, his name's Walker.
They've been jamming our transmissions for 6 months.
6
we only
months.
got a partial message saying someone's coming in from Babylon 5.
Yeah, but like I said last time, easy to identify Stephen. He was in the ISN broadcast as the and introduced as the doctor or chief medical officer for the station. So they could easily verify him. Marcus, not so easily, to be fair.
Give me your identity cards. The real ones.
Surprised they've got them. Would have made sense not to have them with them or hide them. So it's a bit pointless having them so easily accessible when they got the fake ones. One quick search and they're found.
And if they do anything you don't like, shoot to kill.
Friendly sort. He's also got his ranger stuff on, which again, probably not great for this particular mission. Meant to be undercover.
If you could look any more unhappy, please do not tell me. There are some things I would rather not know.
Yeah, there's some things he doesn't know, i.e. about the war.
I'm better at fighting wars than relationships.
That's probably true. He probably is better at dealing with wars than relationships. Wars are all tactical strategy, logic in a lot of ways. Take the emotion out of it. He had to, on a few occasions, do things which he had to take the emotion out because it involved sacrificing people. Whereas relationships should be more about the emotion than the logic. Logic doesn't always work in relationships.
Minbari become close, as we have become close.
Not another ritual. Well, how many more of these rituals are there?
47?
47?
50? Anyone ever elope on your world?
That's why Minbari do not have problems with relationships. We have a ritual for everything.
Yeah.
Meeting for saying goodbye, for solving disputes.
All right.
Relationships probably work because nobody can face going through a ritual to deal with anything else. They'd rather just toe the line, stick with the relationship, and just let it go. Much easier than going through a ritual for something.
You come to my quarters, where we spend the night together, discovering one another's centers of pleasure.
Think we got that ritual here, haven't we?
With respect and meditation.
Oh no, not with respect of meditation.
Couldn't you stand it in that coat?
It's fine, fine. You eating another one of those things, Jack?
I was just thinking the same thing. He's eating quite a few of them.
It's my daughter, Elijah. Just turned 18 2 days ago. Can't send her a birthday greeting, though, not with this embargo and all.
So she's on Earth.
Is this her address on the back?
Yeah, I kept forgetting it, so I finally had to write it down. DNAB 4. Nothing there.
Yeah, but I thought that...
Thought that he what? He wasn't at DNAB 4.
DNA didn't match. You got 30 seconds.
Why wouldn't it match?
Make it 2 minutes.
That number one.
You're exposing yourself to risk.
That's the nature of the job.
Oh, don't trust him. Oh! He had one of those things on his shoulder. He was being controlled. Well, they saved her. That's going to help their reputation with them.
Whatever it was on Captain Jack. Where is he?
Is that something to do with why he was eating so much? I know alcohol dulls things, but... Oh, so you actually caught it.
We found your real identity card, and Jack must have switched it for the face.
Ah, right, okay. So yeah, he gave them fake identity cards, which didn't match up. So he was being taken over to do that. So they know he's working with the resistance, so they need to be moving. They could know everything about where they are.
I don't understand. Why'd he do it? He's been with us for years.
He didn't have a choice.
The skin of this thing is covered with microfibers that dig into the skin and hook into the neural system.
Oh, they don't necessarily know what it is.
So this was controlling him the whole time?
Well, for how long?
He kept trying to tell me that something was wrong without actually saying it. Saying there was nothing on Deneb worth buying when it's the biggest colony market in the area.
Oh, okay.
Giving me his daughter's address. Contact her in case he didn't survive it.
Oh.
We lost him when he got topside and hopped a tube.
That must be horrible. Being controlled by something, but still being in there and knowing that what you're doing is wrong against people that you don't want to hurt. Oh, I can't imagine what that'd be like.
He broke into a weapons case. Took a thermal grenade.
Oh. He's gonna kill himself because of what he's done.
What happened wasn't your fault. Come on back.
But they know who he is now, though.
They knew who I was.
Yeah.
You killed a part of it. But see, you can't remove the whole thing.
Ah.
They always grow back.
So killing himself's the only way to stop it.
They say these tunnels can withstand just about anything.
Oh, I was thinking about that.
If that was true or not.
Oh, wow. That did grow back quick. I was thinking on the way when we first saw it, when they were going there, I'm surprised the tube's on the outside. It's not underground or something. It's a bit more protected. But he said, well, we can see that it can withstand a blast. And I'm assuming they're vacuum tubes, which is why the explosion kind of dissipated so quickly, because it basically got sucked off somewhere. So, that's sad that he knew he had to do that.
Michael.
Oh, round 2.
I want to apologize for losing my temper earlier.
Big thing to do.
You're Sheridan.
Oh.
Yeah, look, it's not what you think.
You got that right.
Oh, yeah, bad timing.
Hey, leave her alone.
Let me go!
You like this?
No, but don't hurt her.
Give it up, will you? I said let her go.
Oh.
It's all right.
That's not going to have helped.
Next one, I'll take your head off.
He looks like he knows that was the wrong thing to do. I was expecting to see those men there again watching. Oh, still hurts. Must be quite a punch.
Yes?
I thought we were...
Oh.
While we discover one another's pleasure centers, they wait outside to pray and meditate and...
They're going to be out here?
Yes.
Well, we're in there?
We've got a term for that.
It matters to me that we do this properly, in keeping with the values and traditions of our people.
Oh, well, what about him? It's not all about your rituals, though. It's both of you. Oh, that is creepy. At least the door's closed. He doesn't look too happy. Oh, awkward.
Woo-hoo.
There's some things you don't discuss.
Nothing on this trip has been easy.
Well,
I suppose there's any
did you
place
expect it
around
to
here we
be?
could stay.
Any hotels?
Hotel, I know.
Oh, I was
They don't ask
joking.
questions and they don't see what we don't want them to see.
Still dangerous. Dangerous to be in a hotel, I'd have thought. Surely a cot or something down there would be better. Not as comfortable, but certainly more out of the way and less in sight of other people.
Why don't you two go on ahead and I'll meet you at the hotel later?
Oh.
Are you sure? Positive.
Oh, he's annoying, but he's a good wingman.
The Red Planet Hotel. For some reason, they gave you to the honeymoon suite.
I'll remind you of this when we decide on custody of the children.
I think he's lost it.
Well, you're the one who punched.
Starting to believe the things everybody's been saying about him. And
no, he didn't.
buying into this hero worship stuff.
No, he didn't. That's all on you.
It's exactly what happens when one man begins to matter more than the cause.
So who are they?
You give him to us when we tell you to. We'll see to it that he gets the help that he needs.
No. Yeah, he works for the president, all the president's people.
Are you with us?
It's all about capturing him.
I'm with you.
As I say, part of me thinks it's a setup that... Well, I did, but then the way John was speaking to Delenn in the middle of their meetings, maybe not. But, yeah, at the beginning, when they had their first meeting... and they were shouting and things in the middle of all people, it felt like a setup, like it was done on purpose, so everyone could see the argument. But then, say, things John said, that's not the case. And then the punch and everything later kind of reinforces Garibaldi is now being on the outside. So it kind of feels like it was a setup to get Garibaldi into a position where he can see what is going on and how Earth are planning to take him out, John, and they can sort of head it off then. But no, not so sure. I don't know. It was a bit of a slow episode, but it was needed to get pieces into place. So we got Stephen and Marcus on Mars now. Yeah, I didn't completely trust that guy from the beginning. But yeah, he didn't have much choice. They found him once, that captain, where was Jack? Oh, because they gave Captain Jack from Doctor Who there. I thought I was getting mixed up, but no, he was called Captain Jack, wasn't he? Yeah, they found him once. He didn't have a way out. That creature, that thing regrows, and it regrew quickly. So yeah, he committed suicide. I wonder if it was to... Well, why did he do it? I suppose he didn't want to be under control. It would be under control for life. It was his daughter as well, though. Is his daughter now at risk because he did that? Don't know. Tough decision to make. So it did help their cause a bit that Stephen saved the head of the resistance. Yeah, it wasn't much of a day off for John, was it? He had that fight with Garibaldi. He did have some time with Delenn, but with other people watching, well, listening at least. Yeah, bit odd. And I get that they've got their rituals, but it's not all about her. It's him as well. Need to kind of share the dating experience, shall we say? Should be a mixture of both. 50 or more, well, 49 more rituals to go. Flipping heck. Yeah, it makes sense that they've done a deal with the smugglers. That they've been cut off. The embargo from Earth has cut them off. The smugglers have always been dealing with that kind of situation, even before the embargo, sneaking around. They've already got the skills they need. Although, why aren't the other races helping? If it's food, even medicines and spare parts, I would have thought they'd be able to help. It'd be slower, especially spare parts, but I'm sure that other races would be able to help manufacture parts for them, but it would slow things down, definitely. Medicines, alright, maybe there are some specific medicines they can't get hold of only on Earth, but they haven't mentioned that other races are helping them in any way. It's been a case of the embargo's there, they're cut off, and that's it. You've got 2 months of reserves, and that's it. That's a bit odd. Yeah, so it was an alright episode. So I can understand it needs to be there. Be interested to see where we go from here, though. So I shall see you for the next episode. Be seeing you.